UFC lightweight contender Michael Chandler wouldn't bet on Conor McGregor fighting again. Iron hasn't been seen in the cage since a rematch with Charles Oliveira in November. Ending a 2-year layoff, Michael Chandler was handed a second loss by Do Bronx, this time by unanimous decision. The defeat was a brutal one for the former Bellator star, who famously sat on the sidelines for years trying to secure a fight with Conor McGregor. However, that fight never came. Despite coaching The Ultimate Fighter against each other, and signing a deal to fight at UFC 303 last summer, Michael Chandler never stepped into the cage with Conor McGregor. This time around, Iron isn't waiting either. Fresh off his loss to Oliveira, he's already signed a deal to face Paddy Pimblett in April. Speaking on the Ariel Helwani Show earlier today, Michael Chandler discussed his next bout. During the interview, the UFC lightweight contender was asked about the possibility of fighting Conor McGregor. While the Bellator star has largely remained positive when discussing the Notorious, his tone was different this time around. During the interview, Iron stated that he believed the Irishman could fight again. In Michael Chandler's eyes, it's hard to see Conor McGregor willingly walking away without fighting again, given his last appearance in the cage. That being said, the lightweight wouldn't exactly bet on the Notorious fighting again either. Conor is always a part of my conversations with the UFC man. Michael Chandler stated earlier today. His road back to the UFC goes through me. That is the UFC's sentiment, and I believe that's his sentiment. My heart of hearts says Conor is coming back at some point. But, if I'm a betting man, if I'm using my brain, I wouldn't put money on it. But that's where I'm at today. Right now, I'm focused on a blonde dude from Liverpool. He continued, so, my heart of hearts says I'm not sure, for sure. He has to come back to his first love. Every single thing that he has can be tied back, in some way or another, to the UFC, the opportunity that they gave him. Does he want this legacy to be, my last fight I broke my leg and touted the greatest comeback in combat sports history? Fooled everybody for a couple of years and then signed on the dotted line to fight Michael Chandler and then pulled out of the fight. But, if I was a betting man, I ain't putting money on him fighting again.